Hello and welcome to all of you Esailing fans sitting around the world. Welcome to an enjoying evening where we're going to relax a little bit and we're going to have some very exciting races in the community of Esailing. Today we are going to join in the Team League races, and the Team League, they are really into it. But I'm not going to be the only one today to do this whole show. Today I invited one of the legendary commentators, or one of the guys from the community with me today. Please welcome Cube in studio. And Arthur, or Cube, welcome in studio. How are you today?
I'm doing perfectly fine, thank you. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, just when you're moving around, Arthur, we're missing your sound, so don't get too exciting. We had a very good sound on you before. But Arthur, you're going to help us guide us through this team race league. What are we going to experience today?
Yeah, so we have quite a common format. Lost is out, so we've had it a couple of times already in the past few months. It's a really nice format, and it's a combination actually of not really team racing, not really fleet racing. It's something in between, and it opens up a lot of new tactics, a lot of new stuff. And well, the nice thing about it is that you can also like talk with your team members. You can communicate, so it's not just everyone sitting alone in their room, like talking to no one. So it's more interactive, and it's a very fun format.
So today we're going to experience opposite fleet races. Today we're going to experience what I call all the unfair rules, all the unfair mistakes, all the unfair penalties. It's all about making the other lose.
Yeah, exactly. The game is not perfect. I mean, nothing is perfect in this world, and the good sailors know that very well. So they will take advantage of every opportunity, every chance that they get to give you a penalty to get in the front. They will take it, and trust me, it will give us some nice shots.
Yeah, that's cool. And there are some special rules today. I know it because the organizer Arthur, another Arthur, tried to explain me it. There are 6 teams today, and they're going to race last team out. But a team has to lose 2 times to be out of the race.
Yeah, exactly. So there are quite a few ways, or if everything goes well, then it's just the last team that loses 1 point. So you have 2 points in total. If you lose twice, then you're out. Okay, so then you have to leave the regatta. But for instance, if you get a disqualified or if you lose connection, then your lead team can lose a point as well. So basically, you just try to stay away from those bad Wi-Fi connections from that last place, and then hopefully everything goes well. So then we'll see some teams drop out every 2 races, or every 3, 4, 5, 6 races, depending on who wins, who loses.
Yeah.
And we go on till we have 2 teams left. That's the final.
So 3 players each team. They are not allowed to lose 2 times. Then they are out of the league. And in the end, we will have 2 teams left. And they will do a best of 3, or a BO3, as we also call it in esport, to find out who is winning. Cube, I can see that the players are ready in there. So let's go in game. Let's start this race. I know they are ready to start. So if you just write them, then we are ready to start.
Perfect.
Hey, we are at the Sail GP Grand Finals. Behind me is the stage where the winner of Sail GP will receive their trophies.
Okay, listen guys, let's stop messing around. Look. World champion Velista 71 from Italy. And what a tremendous performance from Italy. They've got gold and they got bronze with...
And Cube, now we're just saying, hey, let's go into the game, let's get ready. And then we're getting a call, they're doing a restart. What happened?
Yeah. Well, I'm not really sure what happened exactly, but I suddenly got the notice everyone out leave this race, abandon the ship. So, well, we'll wait a few seconds, and they'll probably start a new one.
Yeah. Then let's talk a little bit about the World Championship that's coming up. We both have the same rule. We are not allowed to say who we think will win the World Championship, but let's talk about some of the favorite players. Who do you think might go all the way to the World Championship in the playoffs? Virtual Regatta wrote that the season will end 1st of September. And then we haven't heard more about what's going to happen. I know a little bit, but I'm not allowed to tell yet. But who do we think will go all the way?
Well, I think I've seen the evolution of this game during the past year, and I must say we have Deja Vu, who is already in the final because of the Esailing GP that he won, which was a really good job from his part. But I mean, it's quite difficult to predict 8 people because the amount of people at the top, it used to be a small group, and it used to be quite restricted to like, it used to be quite difficult to enter that top group. But right now with lockdown, we had people who had so much time and so many opportunities to play the game, to get used to the rules, and to just like gain a lot of places in those past months. So we've seen a lot of new faces, and it's really difficult to just say we will still see the old generation, the ones that we know, or we'll suddenly see new names with new talents, new tricks, and a whole new format.
Yeah, but the most impressive part is here again, all of them are sailors. I haven't seen a non-sailor for a long time in the top group. All are coming from the sailing community.
I think Virtual Regatta is doing a good job there, because, well, it shows that real life sailing has some kind of advantage in playing the game, and it's not just being a good gamer, it's just being a good sailor and being able to anticipate and change your skills to the virtual thing.
But it's yeah. But I'm actually amazed, because in the start, when we were speaking about gaming, we were speaking about kids. People thought it was kids going in and playing it. People thinking that it was people that didn't understand anything about sailing. But in this game, it has changed out the whole other way. It is sailors that are playing the game in a high level. Cube, one question. I'm looking for the team race. Oh, there it is. It's coming up now. So let's go in game and see who will join us there.
So there we go, 1 minute and 10 seconds left before the start of this first race. But apparently, yeah. Let's see.
I'm just saying, then I was in another race that I could see. Let's see, last out. Oh, they're coming in a new race. So let's. They're just restarting again. So let's take it from there, and let's jump in game again.
Exactly, and they haven't started yet, so that's a perfect scenario for us to follow the whole starting sequence. And maybe a good time as well to go through the teams.
Yeah.
See who we have. So right now we're looking at.
This is Pink Team. This is Robert from the Netherlands, and he's together with Douw Bosma and Harvik Melk. This guy I haven't seen much too. That's the Dutch team. That's almost your home court, Cube.
Yeah, well, we're a big competition between the Netherlands and Belgium. But they're quite young. They're quite good, and they know how to adapt to the different conditions. So.
And then we have the organizer Arthur. He's on the blue team together with ALT Carbon and Chico P. Mello, and that's almost just a mixed team in my world.
Yeah, it's actually a very interesting team. So apparently, I've heard rumors that Chico is a really, really good player, but I haven't seen him sell yet. So that will be very interesting for me as well to see what tricks he has up his sleeve.
I have seen him a lot in the J-Boats League, organized by Best Esports Team. And in the J-Boats League, we are seeing him really top performing. And the reason why I know Chico P. Melo that much is because he has so many fans out there, especially his niece, Maria. And it's just me knowing everybody, but she always writes in the chat cheering on him. And we have been seeing him almost qualifying to 8 out of 10 finals in the J-Boats Portugal. Then we have the Spanish team, Ramon from Top Sailors, Raul Sanlark, Top Sailors, and who is the last yellow one? I can't see that because I'm only having access to 17 players in the scoreboard. So, no, there we have, the last one is Luis. What do we know about the Spanish? We're seeing Spanish dominance in Virtua Regatta Inshore at the moment. At the CLGP, ECLGP finals, we had a lot of Spains in each qualifier final. What the hell is happening in Spain at the moment?
Yeah, I think the Spanish guys have they've had a lot of luck of having such a big and such a nice community. Once you started sailing as a Spanish guy, you immediately had the chance to sail with the top and improve together with them, so they could give you some information, some tricks, so you could race really quickly. And that's how we just see a huge fleet in Spain, and they're quite good because the top guys are quite good as well. They were quite good in the past with Cruiselator, who went to who qualified to a lot of good events. So, they had a lot of potential.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Let's go back in game. We're just thrown out of the server. And we are back in here. Then we have the green team. Pepito, Ispan 26, and best of, I think the last one is Asir. Best of Chu. That could be Asir calling himself that tonight. And we have a black team with LDLN, with the Nauseat, Bandito, and all of them. Let's get ready to the start. Let's see what happens here.
So I can give you a small secret. That is that España 26 is actually known as some very good sailor in real life as well.
Okay.
I guess you know already who I'm talking about.
Is it maybe the viewers?
Well, we'll never know for sure. Maybe if we zoom in his boat, we can see him sitting right there. But looking at his start and looking at his performances, I think we can know for sure that that's him steering Spain 26.
Yeah. But let's see here from the top. We are watching in the chopper. And let's just take away the picture of the scoring right now. Because what's interesting is all these battles here behind. Chico P. Melo, Alt Carbon, they are on the same team, but they are right now behind the blue team here. They're having a hard time, but it's only the first leg up win.
Exactly, there's still a lot of time left, but it's quite interesting and very you really have to change your mindset, because normally you're always looking at the front of the fleet and you want to see what's going on in the front, but right now it really doesn't matter at all. So now we have both the blue team and the pink, who are in quite a bad position because they have two of their members behind the fleet. Yeah. So we will see quite a tense battle there for last place. But
it's also quite important for them to see that one of the pink team, that's Bradley Adam, he is in 6th, and then we had a blue boat, Arthur, the organizer, he's in 10th, so they still have a chance to slow down the other players or the sailors when they're coming up. But see here, now set LDLN is also behind. He's in last position at the moment. There's only 17 players in here, so one team is only with 2 players who's already losing a point.
Yeah, but what we see, and that's very interesting, is that all of the teams that are in a bad position right now also have at least one guy in the front.
Yeah.
So he can just wait at the top mark, hold up the rest of the fleet, make sure they stay close, and then give a chance to his team members to catch up again and to stay away from that last position. So at the top mark, or maybe a bit later in the first downwind, we'll see in the group trying to get back to their team members and help them up the ranking.
Yeah, and that's quite important. And here we have the difference from fleet race and team race. See, we have 3 green ones in the lead. Azir, Pipito, and Hispan 26. They are going away, but Azir taking a penalty here. It doesn't matter anything. But see, Bradley Adam is not slowing down the other boats. So he's not helping his teammate here behind. Chico Pimelo, no, it's blue team missing 1 player. So they already lost a point. No, there he's coming. 3 blue boats behind. Chico Pimelo, Al Carbon, and Arthur. And Arthur really needs to slow down the rest of the fleet here. Let's see what he's doing.
But I think the black and red team are missing one player. So if that's true, then it means they already lost 1 point.
Yeah.
And that this game is actually not.
It's actually just a warm-up actually for the rest of the team because black and red is losing one.
That might be the case indeed.
Yeah. That's how it is. But let's have some fun with all the tactics they're doing out there, all the pirating. You know a lot about that, Cube. How to do that?
Well, I think it's one thing to know about pirating, but a more difficult one to know how to avoid it because, well, everyone can pirate. It's the way how you avoid it.
But Cube, we're talking about this pirating and everything. Right now, they're all racing nice and polite and doing things downwind. And I have to say, it doesn't look like they want to win today or lose.
Well, the question is, we know now that this race is actually just a warm-up and that nothing is going on. But we don't know if they know. So maybe they are aware of that and they don't want to give their tricks away and just show everyone this is what we got. This is how good we are. So maybe that's one of the reasons they're just sailing so nicely.
Yeah, it's quite fun to see how they're doing this. Luis with a penalty. Here we have massive penalties. Eric Champagne in a battle against Chico Piemelo, losing that one. They're rounding the mark, and it looks like blue team had 3 boats behind, but they can collaborate about breaking up the others, like Martin Fernandez, Eric Champagne, and then we have Nauseous LDLN coming in here. And to rest of you out there, I have to say I love to have co-commentators with me in studio. And if Cube, he just was a little bit quiet, it's because, Cube, am I allowed to say it? You have guests in your room, a beautiful girl, or what was it?
Well, girl, that's my mom. But,
yeah, that was your mom. She will like me afterwards. The chat goes wild just to say to you when I wrote, said beautiful girl. So there we go. But let's see what's doing here. Let's see from the top. It's a little bit hard to see it from top. We have a small battle with Martin Fernandez and Nauset. And then we have Eric Champagne in the middle. He's in the middle of nowhere. He can do nothing there in that position. And then we have the rest of the fleet.
Yeah, it's. I think the battle right now is going on between Martin, I think, in the pink boat, and Nose. They are really like on the ley line, on the good side, but it doesn't look very good for him because whatever he does, he will get that wind shadow from or Martin or the other pink boat who was going to cross him, but at the end still tacked away.
But let's just we know how this race will end up. That the black-red will lose a point. But see the battle here: 3 sharks battling to eat Robert up. So it looks like orcas attacking a penguin, and they just ate him.
Yeah, that team was favored at the start of the event, and I think with this race they just want to make a statement. Look where we are. Look what we can do. Just stay away from us, because those guys are going straight for the finals. That's what they're telling us. And everyone who's going to block them, well, we just saw what happened to Robert. So.
Yeah, but it's also quite good a team. I have to say, they have one of the biggest talents ever on that team, and that's Asir, best at cheating here in second. He is one of the biggest talents in Esailing, so hopefully we'll see a lot to him in the future, but that's all up to him. Luis with a penalty in the mark rounding, Chico P. Mello in 12th, Havik Melk, the Dutch sailor coming in here, Martin Fernandez, Eric Champagne, Nolset, and then we can see green team are all away.
So yeah, we saw a very nice first downwind from the blue team. So they managed to get all of their guys away from that last position, and even quite good, because they have 5 boats between them and last place. So they are doing a quite good job there, and I think for their morale, it's a really good test to see if they can handle the pressure and stay away from that last position. So they did that really good.
But quite amazing to see LN here in the last position. That Spanish team, and I have to say they are from the same region. They are called the same club now. I can't remember what it's standing for, but normally we see them in a high level in many events. But in this case, he's in last, or will Ramon lose it because he's choosing to go to the wrong side? Let's see.
Well, this is a really interesting thing. So they have to jibe at a certain point to come back to that finish line. But when they jibe, they're on port. They don't have the right of way.
Yeah.
So you have to pass behind the other boat or cross just in front of them, and that's where it becomes interesting. So right now we see them jibing on top of each other in the back of the screen.
Yeah. But also here we have a lot of interesting battles here, and it's a battle of battles of battles. It's all about penalizing the others, slowing them down before they're entering the last one of a third part of the racetrack, because then they can actually go for a win. And right now it looks like Martin Fernandez. No, Bandito just lost it there. 3 pink boats and 3 yellow boats attacking the black team. It's like they're communicating to kill the blacks. That was almost unpolitical what I said there. But let's take it there. Black boat is losing in this case because they didn't manage to have all the skippers in the race from the start. So 1 minus point for black. And Q, we are going to stay here for a couple of after minutes, almost 1.5 hours, and it's going to be race by race. But already now we see black boat, the black team having 1 point. So we have a chance already to lose a team in the next race. Already, especially if they have internet connections, then it's game over.
Yeah, exactly. It's if one of them had problems and that problem is not fixed yet, then we might see an early elimination. But I'm still hoping for the best, that they come back next race and that they just show, guys, we just lost the first one, but we're not done yet with this event.
Yeah, and
we're not giving up. And I think they still have the potential to do so, because Bandido and Nose and the third guy, who I don't know his name from yet, but they are good and they are experienced. They know what to do and they know how to handle the pressure as well.
They know. I have to say, they are normally a quite good quality. But as you said earlier in this show, this year for the World Championship, we actually can't call who's going all the way because so many players has come up level. Last year, we could already tell which two out of the 8 persons going into the final. We guessed them already before going into the final, and then we had 20 players to choose among. This year, I think we have 150, maybe 200 players out there that are doing such a high thing.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just getting for one of the players that couldn't join. Why are you blaming the internet connection? It's the game throwing him out. Then it could also be the internet connection.
We'll never know, probably.
Yeah.
One of the secrets of the big internet.
Yeah, it is. But again, 200 players, and there's been a huge developing of the game, especially the level of sailors in there.
Yeah.
And why do you think, without Corona, we know it will still grow without Corona, but Corona suddenly helped the game a lot. But these players who sticked into it after Corona period here, they are top sailors. Why do you think they continue playing the game?
Well, I think, like you were saying before, that the only guys you see at the top are actual sailors in real life. Might say something about just the attitudes of a sailor and of a good sailor, because they are used to adapting to a lot of different conditions. Like, sailing is never the same. You never have a race that's exactly the same as the previous one. So you constantly have to adapt and just take what you get, because you can't change what's happening right now. So I think with, for instance, the Corona crisis and whatever what's going on in the future, they will just be the first one to, from the moment they see a situation, to adapt to it as fast as possible. And that might be the reason why this game is so full of sailors, just because they are used to doing this kind of stuff, used to adapting and learning new skills, learning new things on a very short amount of time.
Yeah. And let's see if that's the case this year to the World Championship. Exciting what it's going to be and what's going to happen because of Corona. I can see next race is ready, but again, I can see only 17 players in there, and it's the black team losing one player from the start. So they haven't fixed their issues. And Cube, that's actually taking the excitement a little bit out of this race, because LN doesn't have all players in there. Unlucky for them. So those two guys, Bandito, I really love him. He's they are really going in. I know Bandito. He's a lot together with Caladraca, who is named Blackbeard because of his huge black beard. They are living together in the same region and sitting together and coaching each other. And then we have Norsiet. Those two are normally in a top level. But let's try to go in and see the start here. They're coming in 5 seconds to the start. A downwind start from Bandito, Martin Fernandez also, but a lot of penalties also. But the black team has a good start here. And do I still have Cube with me? Cube is still there.
We still have Cube analyzing the whole fleet.
Yeah. So,
but I think it's quite easy to say now that we have one guy on the right side in yellow who's in quite a difficult position right now.
Yeah. We have a player in the chat while we are watching this race unfolding here. First leg is all about seeing how they're positioning each other. Small battles, it doesn't matter that much. A small penalty to Norsiet. But one player in the chat is saying, hey, I think it's quite easy to tell which 4 players who will join the World Championship. Deja Vu, Jorn Cardona, Azir and Havuk. And I can say, yeah, it's a good choice, but I can say it's not all of them that will go to the World Championship this year, sadly. But again, it's a guess who will qualify and who will not. What's happening here, Cube? We can see it's again quite a clean race, but this time Norsiet's behind, Bandito in the lead. Sadly, they don't have the third player in there, so they lost it again. But it looks quite fair today what people are doing.
Yeah, I think, and I'm speaking from experience when saying so, is that on that first upwind, it's right that you don't want to take big risks. I think the main goal is when you had a bad start and you might have troubles of staying away from that last position. You just want to stay as close as possible to the fleet, so your team doesn't have the hardest job to come back to you and to help you gain some spots. So that's exactly what we see. Everyone is just sticking together, making sure they don't take big risks. They don't go to one side and just without thinking. They are very careful.
But there we had one player actually screwing it quite up. Havik Milk, he went upwind, the boat broke totally, he got a penalty at the same time, rounding the mark last. Luckily for him, it's the J boat, so the other boats didn't run away from him that fast, but he could actually lose it big time there.
Yeah, I think he's very lucky that we already know the result of this race, because that was quite a big risk. And if you look at his other teammates in the front, I don't think they were happy if they had to come back to save him again.
No. And again, a really big power dominance by the green team up there. Taking the lead, taking second, and then they have Pepito, Tim Carpentier, having fun in position 6. They are really showing their strength today. But is that just because of the good start, or will they have some issues when they're going 3 against 3 as 2 teams against each other?
Well, I think one of the biggest advantages they have is that because they're staying in front and because they're so used to just the usual stuff, to fleet racing, is that they just stick to the fleet racing idea. And right now, you see that the only thing they're doing is just fleet racing. They did one move with Robert last race, but you see that they try to minimize those moves, and the only thing is just they're fast. They know that they're fast, so why take risks? Why go and start penalizing people if you can just sail fast, get to the front of the fleet and stay there?
Yeah.
And that's basically what they're doing. So it's only when the real team racing will kick in after 2 or 3 eliminations that we will see some real team racing tactics from their part, or maybe when they get a bad start. But I think it's the same story again. They are so experienced that we might not see it.
And here we just saw Bandito. They have been losing everything. They will be the first team eliminated. And he's just raced downwind with the spinnaker up, trying to sail into as many boats as possible. And then he went to a 1-on-1 battle against Ramon. But top sailing coach team there killed him quite a way. And this time we can see Alt Carbon is losing a little bit here, getting his second penalty in that mark rounding. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's happening, because it is goodbye to Team Black.
Yeah, so I think now we will still see a nice downwind from one of our Esailing World Championship finalists, Altered Carbon, also known as First Loser. So let's see what he will try to do to get away from that last place, because now we see the blue team, suddenly everyone came back to save their teammate, and it looks like they're doing quite good in doing so. So they completely blocked Bandito. He can't go anywhere.
He's captured there.
Now we just wait for that very, very nice penalty.
But
so we see actually the blue
do.
team. Yeah, we see the blue team actually covering each other. So this is also a possibility that they said, well, the game is over already. Let's just do a team race between each other and not sail as a team anymore. So we've had those situations as well.
And while they're doing this cube, I'm quite interesting. Are they talking together in Discord groups or something like that? Oh, there was the penalty on Bandito and a penalty on Ossets.
I'm sure most of the teams are talking in real time right now to communicate with each other, because timing is quite important. And as you could see in the first race as well, when you have teams in the back and you have one guy in the front, it's all about timing. When do you stop? When do you stop the fleet? When you go back to save your guy? Because you don't want to do it too early, so they still get a chance to come back and catch you again. And you don't want to do it too late, because then you don't have time enough. It's really all a matter of a few seconds or a few degrees of going down, slowing down. I mean, it changes every time. So communication is key in those decisions.
Yeah, and Q. Now we're speaking about the players. We know the players. This is some of the players are playing with their second boat. and also their practice boat. How is the rules in Virtua Regatta of having multiple boats? Do we know them?
Well, I think multiple boats is something. I don't think it's forbidden in the game itself, but well, just use your mind. I mean, if you're participating in official events, you know that it's not something. I mean, when you do it, you already know you're doing something that's not meant to be. You're not meant to use two boats in the same regatta. You're not doing it in real life, so why would you do it in an online event? It's very easy, actually.
Yeah, we have a basic saying. Now I'm in charge of the ECLGP and also the rules there, and making sure that the rules are followed. We have a saying, hey, it's allowed to have multiple boats in the game, but when you are playing an official game, then only use one boat. If we are seeing you using multiple accounts, then you will be banned or disqualified. First time you'll get a warning. Second time, I know Virtua Regatta will ban you, and also World Sailing is discussing how to ban players for the World Championship. So don't use two boats. Example, in the last qualifier final in CLDP, we had a boat having 3 boats in the qualification race, and 1 boat qualified to the final, and the 2 other boats he deleted the day he qualified, and he has been using them to play against and ruin the other games. Don't do it. Quite simple.
Yeah.
But that's simple.
It's a basic set of rules. Like you're telling me, it's a basic set of rules, and I'm sure they know when they are creating that second boat, because you have to create an email address, you have to fill in your information. They know they're doing something that's not meant to be.
Yeah, but I can say already as it is, no matter if they're filling out their email addresses and everything, we can actually see which device they're playing on, because each device are sending out a special ID and also where they are playing from. So don't do it. No much talk about all this, about rules. Just say to you guys, have fun with the game. Have multiple accounts so you can practice. You can do team races. You can do all these fantastic things you guys are doing together. But in official races, don't do it. That's quite simple, quite simple. Let's go in game. I want to speak a little bit about, because we have some upcoming talents in there. Let's try to go in and pinpoint some of them. One of the talents in there is, I've seen a little bit too here the last couple of months, is Bradley Adam. What do we know about this guy? We know he's from the USA, but do we know anything more about him, Cube?
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but the thing is, when he started playing this game, I actually went on some sort of break due to college and holidays. So I didn't really have a lot of chances yet to sail with him. I sailed with him a few times now, the last couple of days in the team race league, so in the same format that we're racing right now, but only 2 teams fighting against each other. And I can tell you, he's learning really fast, and well, we saw him racing up the ladder in a very short amount of time.
And then we have another player I'm quite amazing about. His English is not the best, but he's learning all the time, and he has been in 2 finals in the ECLGP. Pepito, also known as Tim Carpentier. Young talent, growing a lot in the game, and also, isn't he a sailor, as I remember?
Yeah, he is a sailor, and he's very young, he's very talented, and he just keeps improving. He doesn't have this stop, which a lot of older guys have sometimes, is that they can improve really quickly to a high level, and then they stay there, and then the younger generation crosses them again. And I think Pepito or Tim is one of those guys that just keeps on improving day after day, and he's just using every race as an opportunity to increase your skills to become better.
Yeah, and it's quite amazing. When I'm seeing all the players here now, we can see there's only 15 players. 1 team has been eliminated. All teams had 0 points. So we're going to see 1 team getting a point here. But when I'm seeing players in here, then we have Chico Pimelo. I know he's one of the younger guys. Dahl Bosma, he's the youngest, as I remember, playing today. 14 years old. Then we have Martin Fernandez Young, but then we have Eric Champagne. He's, I have to say, he's middle age, up age. He's older than me, so he's middle of the 14s. We have first loser. I'm not allowed to say his age, but he's around 50. And then we have Luis Ramon, Raus and Lark. They are also up age. So the fleet is really splitting up age-wise this year, isn't it right?
Exactly. But now let's focus on this start with 5 seconds to go. We see a very good start from the green team as well, both on Pinant with a attack right away.
But
I think we have one penalty there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is they have 2 penalties, but they're still able to clear the fleet and sail away from them. So both of them have clear wind. It's just Pepito now a bit in the back, struggling to find that clear wind to stay out of those wind shadows. And then I think it's is it pink? Yeah, it's dark pink.
Yeah.
The Dutch team,
Yeah.
the Dutch young guys, are now in a really bad position with 2 of them in the back.
And one of them here is Havik Milk. I don't know much about him. I haven't seen a lot to him in this season. He's a new player for me. He's just coming into the community. I think he's a good friend with Dao Bosma. But he's in a little bit trouble because beside by him, it's first loser. Oh, it's Dean, as we know him. He's their very routine sailor from the World Championship last year. What to do in this case? He can just follow him. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's like completely what Dean is trying to do. He's just leading him away to one side, and Havik is just not able to tack and do anything now. So they'll just keep on going, and as long as Dean thinks, well, this is too big of a risk, let's send him away, then they'll do that. And you see, we have 2 of the other blue guys on top of him. They're really close as well. So once they see that something's happening, that they need to help, well, they're just ready to go and help their teammate.
And we're just getting news in. There's a reason I haven't seen Havik this season that much. It's because it's the second account of one of the top players from Spain. So that's why. So Raus and Lark here, Alfonso is here, Chico Pimelo, first loser. Oi, he was on the attack, first loser there. So that's going to be hard here. And Cube, just a small question because people can't see it, but I have a live camera on you. Is it warm also back home in Belgium at the moment?
Well, it's around 20 degrees here, so not very hot. But I mean, this is the usual summer we get. So.
Oh,
We're quite used to
interesting.
it.
See here, interesting. Pepito is span 26. Both of them are dropping down fleet, and span 26 is coming from port side. But the boats are too long away from him. But the green team is not in the lead this time. It's the Dutch and it's the Portuguese boat coming in here. Penalty for Arthur.
Yeah, the green team had some trouble at the start, so I thought they cleared the way, but apparently 2 of them had some troubles there, and I don't think they wanted to take any risks. So we see a penalty now from Pepito. So Spain 26 now really has to close this gap and try to get his teammate away from that last spot.
And now we see the team race. See, Chico Pimelo slowed down his boat. Sadly got a penalty out of it, but he tried to help first loser coming back in race. Ramon got helped by his yellow boat. See there, slowing down also. Alfonso penalizing Raus and Lark, but Pepito caught last. But see the battle here. 2 blue boats trying to take out a yellow, but the yellow survives. 2 blue boats in trouble at the moment. Can they come back in the race?
And look how Pepito sneaked in that mark rounding just behind them. He saw the blue and the yellow team fighting, and he was like, "I'm not being part of this mess. I'm sailing away." Yeah. And he's doing that in a very good way now, going to the left-hand side. So the right-hand side from where we're looking now, where you see that there's a lot more wind, so his speed is just increasing. And I think this is just calling out for a battle between yellow and blue.
But I have to say, that is a battle between yellow and blue. And right now they are battling so much that the rest of the fleets are sailing away. So it is a battle in between yellow and blue. But it's 2 versus 1. And then Rausenlark has to slow down to help out.
Yeah, the question is, will he do that right now, or will he wait and save his one opportunity to come back?
And now he has
for a
to
later
slow down.
moment.
Dao Bosma just penalized him up there. So he's slowing down and getting chased by the blue orcas coming in. Or is it the sharks?
Yeah, but I must say, for 2v1, Ramon is doing a really good job of holding those two guys away from him. So they're both still on windward side, and they can't go anywhere right now. So that's a really good move from Ramon. Now, if he can get that room, ooh, what a nice penalty there. So Chico tried to sneak in, tried to give him a penalty, but his stern, he just touched the stern of Ramon and gave a penalty to himself. So now it's a really good position for Ramon. He has 2 blue players.
And he actually winning 10 meters. 10 meters he was winning in front of first loser, and Chico just lost 20 meters. So now it's the 2 blue boats in trouble. They cannot capture any of the yellow boats. So it's all up to Arthur. Can he help his team? And it's yellow against blue. And there he managed to penalize Rausenlark. So Rausenlark will slow down, but it's an upwind slowdown. So it only costs 6 to 8 meters. Is that enough?
Yeah, now it was a really good move to go for Rausenlark, because now he has 2 yellow boats who are quite close to the blue boats in the back as well.
Another kill there made by Arthur. Rausenlark with second penalty. And that's a costly one, because now it's 3 versus 1. And they are all going around him like sharks hunting. I have seen some shows with whales sailing, blowing air around a steam of fish just to be ready to eat them up in the middle. And right now they're doing that against Rausenlark.
Well, I must say that move from Arthur, well, those couple of moves were extremely good. And that sandwich at the end just made it a perfect move and a perfect comeback for them. So now we see suddenly Rausenlark in last position, with quite a distance between both of the
20 meters. So it's hard for him to catch it. If it was a fleet race, he could not capture it. So now it's all up to Ramon to see if he can do anything. But he's against 2 players. And where's the last one? He's all the way up there. He's there penalizing one of Dao Bosma. That's Luis. So blue team are doing a great job, and now they can kill their second yellow boat if they want to.
Yeah, blue team did a really good job. They came together, and now it's 3v2, and they're doing a really good job. So they're both winning both the battle on the left side and on the right side. So that will be very difficult for Team Yellow to come back. And we see Louis now waiting at the top win mark, I think.
Yeah, but see here, Arthur in trouble if he's getting penalized there. But luckily for him, the rule of the inside turn will count. So he's in best position. Now he can attack the others, and they know it. He's pressing them away. Chico waiting, and there we go. But Chico needs to defend himself downwind.
Yeah, so now we see Louis now waiting for his teammates. He knows it's quite close, it's quite difficult. So what a perfect battle we'll see now downwind between yellow and blue.
And Louis starting penalizing first loser. So it's yellow versus blue, another penalty to coach. First loser there. Louis is really killing them. And they're going in penalizing Chico P. Miller also. But it's 3 yellows behind and 2 blue in front. Now it's Chico last, but the blues are in front of them. Where's best to be? In front or behind?
Well, right now it's still a very long way to the finish line. So I think giving a penalty now doesn't really make that much of a difference. It's just you want to be in the perfect position to be able to give that penalty right before the finish line, because that's when you want to catch the other guy and then they won't have any time to come back.
An interesting call by Yellow. They're doing a mano-a-mano. Arthur versus Rausenlag. And Arthur won that 3 times in the upwind. So it's time to go back. And then we have 2 versus 2. Ramon with a penalty. That is the hole they want to slip away. But we are looking at Rausenlag and Arthur. But Arthur is in the best position there. Oof, another penalty.
A very interesting penalty he gave there to... So the first penalty that he gave, well, he was in the windward position, so actually he had no right of way. But because the other boat just pressed his steering button at the moment of contact, well, you don't have right of way when you're doing a maneuver, so that's why he got the penalty. And it's quite a common mistake. A lot of people are still pressing that steering button when they want to touch someone. And that's really the thing that you found.
2 blue penalizing each other there because of the battle with Yellow. So it's ending up one of the blue. Coach was penalized by Chico. Chico with a penalty and a penalty to Arthur. It's a victory for Yellow in this case. Congratulations. 1 point for Team Blue. What a battle we just experienced there, Cube.
Yeah, very, very tense. And the situation changed a lot of times in that last downwind. We had the blue team in front. You remember at the first moment we had Team Green being in last position. Team Green just disappeared into the distance and sailed away. And well, very nice battle there.
But I'm quite amazed about this format because we are seeing things that we normally don't see in a fleet race. We're also seeing all those things that there are written in the unwritten rules of fair play when we're doing fleet races. In this case, it's all about using all the penalties, all the rules in the game and kill the other boats. And we're just seeing them doing it one by one when they're going into that battle.
Yeah, all of them are doing really good job, and we saw Arthur there in that second upwind with those very nice penalties. I think he gave out 3 penalties, and he managed to decrease a difference of around 30 meters into a lead of 20 meters. So a really good move there from him. Sadly, it wasn't enough to win this race, but I mean, those tricks, those things, they don't go away. So I'm sure he can use them next time. And maybe if now they can stay out of those last positions, if they can have a good start and they're clear, then they can clear out and just go for the win again.
Yeah. Cube, we'll just take a small break. Both of us need something to drink. It's quite hot in studio today. So guys and girls, skip around the world. We are ready with the next race in a few seconds. Morning, good afternoon to all of you e-sailing fans around the world. Welcome to e-sailing TV. We are in Marseille. We are at the Sail GP Grand Finals. Behind me is the stage where the winner of Sail GP will receive their trophy. So that's a hot one. Penalty to Lilo, 14. Most of the boats are in the committee boat, sailing into each other. Massive penalties in this start.
Good start. This is superb. And look at the speed of the Spanish board.
From the start, and remember they're trying to hit that 0. That.
And Cube, now we're going into the next race. We just got 1 point to the blue team here. They're getting 1 point. But let's speak about another youngster we're seeing a lot too at the moment. Douwe Bosma from the Netherlands. We have seen him in 2 ESLTP finals. He was part of their wildcard program where he was so close of winning a wildcard, but Anas Porras from Spain took that instead of him. What do we know more about him?
Well, what I know about him is that he's a really nice guy to sail with and to talk to as well. He's young. very down to earth, and just very focused on his goals. And well, he's really nice to have him as company to sail with him. And definitely in team racing, he's really good. He's really good.
Yeah, and then we saw some unlucky thing. Team Pink is losing this race already. So now we're going to see some tactics and some fun with the boats. Team Pink lost the boat just before the start. So, and I know that will cost them 1 point on the account. But Dow Bosmet, one thing I know him from also is he has some goals with this game, and he's very I have to say he's very hard against himself, very harsh to himself. People are going out of the game. They are abandoning the game, so let's go in studio instead of they are doing the polite way. But Dow Bosma, he's really harsh to himself. He every time he loses a final, he always write me and say, "Hey Thomas, I need to do better. I want this. I want to do this, and what to do." And he's really critical about how to improve in the game. So, what is the tricks cube? You have been playing the game also. You also, I have to say, you quite a youngster. I know you look handsome. You look a little bit older than you are, but you're also a youngster in this game. So, how to improve your game when you're playing this?
Well, I guess you're quite like to the point when saying you have to be harsh on yourself. It's the same as with every discipline. If you want to improve, you have to push your limits. You have to step out of your comfort zone. And I mean, if you're just sailing and you're always happy with that 15th place, with that 10th place, with that last place even, then it's really difficult to keep improving, because, well, you don't ask yourself the question, what am I doing wrong? You just think, I enjoyed it. That's it. Now go to sleep, and tomorrow we enjoy our day again. I mean, that's good. A lot of people like this. A lot of people play the game to relax, and they should. I mean, for a lot of them, that's the right thing to do. But for some players who really want to go to the top, that's the key to improve and to get to that top. It's just to push yourself.
But then let me be the devil's advocate here in this case. It's a game, it's an algorithm. So if you just learn how the game works, then you don't need to improve.
Well, we could say it that way, but if you're explaining it so easily, then I'm sure we would see 1 or 2 or 3 guys who already understood the algorithm, because we have quite a smart sailors as well in our fleet. So we still didn't see those things, and we are still seeing that there is a big group in front of the whole player base, and that they're really dominating the whole top rankings. So that means that it's not that easy to just stand out and to see, oh, well, the algorithm says the wind will change to the left, so let's go there every single time. It's not like that anymore. It might be like that in the past. It might have been, I don't know. But right now, I think the game developers know really well that what their job is, and they're certainly not making it easier for us and for the top guys to just stand out that easily.
No, it's quite funny. We have been following the game since the first World Championship we made for the World Sailing, and followed the development all the way from there till the development we have today. And I have to say, 40% of the playing of the game is knowing the game and the algorithm. 50% is tactic, and the last 10% is luck.
Yeah, I guess you might be. Well, it's always difficult to put numbers on it, but you might be right by saying that the game has a certain like feeling to it, and some people just have it more than others. And when you get that feeling, it's really easy sometimes to predict what the wind will do, because you know it's oscillating, or you know that it'll just keep on shifting to one side. And those are just feelings you get from playing the game a lot. And it's not really understanding the algorithm, it's just understanding the global sense of the game.
Yeah. But it's when we're speaking about that, one player I really admire big time is Le Manoir. Le Manoir from France. He is in my world a top e-sailer. He's studying the game, he's knowing the game, he knows everything about the game, and he has all the stats on the game. But when we come to all the championships and all that, he's losing it. Cube, will you guide us through this start?
So with 10 seconds to go, we have some quite interesting things at the pin end right now, where two players were trying to do a downwind start. Both of them didn't succeed in that. And now we have one guy from the green team, I think, in last position. Or is it yellow? Oh, it's yellow. It's yellow team. So we have a guy from the yellow team in last position. And where are the other team members? They are not that good as well. So Team Yellow might be in trouble again if they continue to sail like this. And then the other team that I'm looking at right now is the dark pink, the Dutch youngsters again. And we saw them last race that they didn't have a very good start as well. So now it looks like they have the same problem with Robert now being in a bad position. But if we look there on the right hand side, that's the entire blue team taking a very big risk there. So I think one of my basic principles in the first upwind is to spread out your team as much as possible, because you don't know, like you're saying, there's still that 10% of luck. You don't know what will happen. And now, because all of them went to the same side, if that side turns out to be the wrong side, then they're in a big trouble. So let's see how that develops.
But again, we see dark blue again. They are also quite behind again. But we have seen some team races where the teams, that's also a tactic to keep themselves behind, and then they're really good at covering the last boats and winning the event and going all the way
I think
to the final.
it's a different approach to this format, and the nice thing about this format is that it offers a lot of different approaches, and it's not that one is wrong, one is right. What they're doing right now is indeed just making sure that they have at least one boat from the other team behind them. And if they can push that boat away, then, well, it's all you have to do. It's very easy. So
let's try to see it from here, from the top. There we have Eric Champagne, Darl Bosma inside is Span 26. You will get pin. Oh, he just managed not to get penalty. Alfonso, penalty to Martin Fernandez, penalty to first loser behind here, and then his team come in and block the way, so he has a chance to come back in the race. Straight away action here, Luis with a penalty, and Chico taking that penalty, and an attack here from top side for Arthur. Arthur is blocking the way again. Oosh, penalizing the pink, because the pink made a maneuvering when they're rounding that mark. Oosh.
No, so the pink was an intruder, and he only came into the 3 boat length zone when Arthur already entered. So Arthur was staying there, and then you have to give room to Arthur as long as he's rounding the mark. So that's why he got the penalty.
And here we see blue tactics again. Blue tactics is to make sure that they are keeping together and they are attacking a boat, so they always have a chance to keep a boat behind them. Interesting call here.
Exactly, and they're on the good side right now. They're on the good side. They're in a good position. They have, I would say, 3 boats: the yellow, the light pink, and the dark pink, all in their control. So now they can do whatever they want to slow them down and to make sure that at least one of them stays behind all of their members.
Oh, but Chico, he took a chance there. See how long away he is from the mark now. Trying to attack Luis. Oh, he managed to go on inside of Robert. That was not good coverage by Robert. So now they have 2 boats behind him. But then he penalized Arthur by sailing into Arthur. No, Arthur didn't get a penalty. It just looked like that. Robert with a penalty by Luis. So now it is the Dutch team behind. And they're having a hard time because the 2 others are in the lead.
that was a very smart move there from the blue team, because what they did was they didn't only put one player behind them, but they put two players behind them from different teams. So now, instead of focusing on team blue and team yellow, or team blue and team pink, now the focus completely changed and is all around yellow and pink, and blue can now sail freely to the top mark again. So we might see a battle between yellow and pink this race, and blue, who might be able to get away.
And see straight away Alfonso going downwind, trying to attack other boats, managed to hit a green boat, coming his friend, his teammate to the rescue. But Luis are on the inside, and we're seeing Alfonso. He is entering the mark rounding zone from starboard, so he has the right away now, but he's too far away from Luis. 2 pink boats behind. That's not good for the last downwind race. Penalty to
What's
Pepito.
Interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting how Pepito is still hanging there in those last groups, or he wants to influence the last players by deciding which team should lose, in his opinion. But I think he's taking quite a big risk there of staying that far behind with his team members already in the front, halfway the downwind.
We have seen it before by this French team or these players, and that today they have a Spanish player with them. But normally we see one of them way behind, and the rest of the team members are not waiting. Now they are moving around. They have seen he's in trouble.
Yes,
he might
exactly.
lose it. Alfonso with a penalty. Pepito coming in. Green team to the rescue. It's the first time I'm seeing them coming backwards to help their team, and they're rounding it. So that's news from their point of view. But now there are 3 players. Let's hope they're not too far away from pink team in that mark rounding. Let's see here if they timed it well. Green versus pink. Netherlands versus France and Spain. Who will take it? And right now they're pushing them to the right hand side, and that's good, because then they are in control of them.
Yeah, that's a really good move from the green team over there.
Penalty
Just
to
pushing.
Robert. Is it too late? Penalty to Alfonso. So it's game
Yes.
over pink. Oh, a penalty to green. Oh, it was too late. So it was 1 point to the pink team. Amazing tactics. We're seeing them changing tactics all the time, but I have to take my hat off this time for the green team. Normally we don't see them come back and help. They have normally this, I have to say, this comfortable with each player, that they're really capable of penalizing and winning over the other players. But this time they actually came back and helped out. So cheers for that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's quite a big problem that we see in a lot of teams, is that they're not confident enough. And the biggest problem with that is actually not the one guy that's in trouble in the back, but it's actually the fact that when the 2 other teammates decide, okay, we go and help them, that they make some sort of mistakes, and then suddenly they are the last ones, and then they lose everything. So that's sometimes the risk that they're taking, and you just know with the green team that they don't have those. They're not afraid of going back, because they know what they can do. They're really confident, and in those situations, it really helps knowing you can count on your team members, and you know that you have the skills as well to get out of a difficult situation.
Yeah. Then I have one question from the chat, actually, to us, Cube. When you're doing team races, are you guys using any helps, or are you playing without helps?
And that's it's a good question, and it really depends on which sailor you are. For instance, me, I don't like to sail with race helps, just because I think the green tokens have other purposes, like saving them for the big events. But I know a lot of people do use them, and that's also why they sometimes make a second account where they try to save some greens and just use them for team racing. So it really depends on what you like, because, for instance, just to give an example, the wind intelligence, it's a very useful thing, and definitely in team racing you really need that, because you need to know, like, if I want to clear out and get to the front, do I have to go to the left or to the right? It's a very simple question, but you need wind intelligence to know that. And for that, like one member of your team, if he has it, then it's enough for the whole team. So you don't need to buy all the race hubs with all of your teammates. You just need the crucial ones, like the ones like Leyline and Wind Intelligence. If one of your team members have it, then he can just communicate, hey, you there, just stack, you're on the Leyline, and that's enough, and you don't need to spend green credits on it.
Ah, cool. So there is this high communication in team races. And now when we're going to speak about this, I know this Nations Cup is coming in. As I remember, room for 19 nations, going to play 10 races in total. Let's speak a little bit more about that after this race. Next race is going to start now, so let's go in and see what's happening. There we have it. Next race coming up here. One player we haven't spoke much about. He's also he has the blue mark, so he's a registered sailor, Martin Fernandez. Cube, I know a lot about him from the J-Boat League, but what do you know about him from the International Sailing Club?
Well, the only environment where I really raced against him was in the Team Race League. So I only saw him racing together with other people and not against the whole fleet. But I can tell you, in that part in team racing, he's really good, and his communicating, his communication with the other team members is very good as well. So he knows exactly what to say, when to say it, because it's sometimes quite a mess if a lot of people start talking at the same time. And that's something he's not doing.
And there we have green team, 2 penalties. No, 1 for, it was not 2 for green, but Pepito again. Oh, a false start to Martin Fernandez. Now we spoke about him. The commentator's curse hit him big time. He's 40 meters behind the leading. And Bradley Adams from his team is also penalizing there. So what a start for light pink in this case. We have a point for the Dutch team, we have a point for the blue team, but who will get a point in this race?
Yeah, now it's for Eric. The big question comes: which team does he needs to attack in order to save his teammates? So he can choose between the green team, I think yellow team as well, blue team, and dark pink. So he has 4 teams to choose from, and he can choose which one he likes to penalize. So then it's just making the choice: who is the worst team? Who do you think is the worst team? Who is the easiest team to beat?
Yeah, but again, Eric is placed here in the middle. He has Martin Fernandez behind him, but Bradley Adams back in the race. He's coming up here in 10th at the moment. So right now it's the Dutch team and it's the green team. They are the targets. Green has Azure in the lead, Pepito in 9th, and Espan 26 and 8.
Yeah, this will be quite interesting. I mean, the green team has 2 players in the back, but everyone knows that they're really experienced and that they won't give away that position so easily. So will he go for the green team, or will he try and go for that dark pink team, who is also not in optimal position, with Robert just getting a penalty there from I think that was
for Chico.
That was Chico. Yeah, very good move there, because now it opens up a lot of possibilities for pink to just for light pink to just focus on dark pink, and then they can get the advantage over there at the first mark.
But let's see the mark rounding here. It's crowded. They are slowing down. They are making the wall block. See green team coming in, killing them all because they're sailing into them. But interesting what's happening here behind. Light pink penalty. That's Bradley Adam. And then we have Martin Fernandez. It's Robert Huisman and it's Daryl Bosma. So pink versus pink. That can be very costly for some of them.
Yeah, both of the third members from each team are still quite in the front of the fleet, so they have a lot of possibilities to come back. to come and save their teammates. But I think they're just saving this as a joker card. It's their last hope if something goes wrong. So now we see that both the dark and light pink leaders are just going as fast as possible, try to stay ahead of the fleet, so in case something goes wrong, they can come back.
Yeah. And then we saw double penalty. Green team just killed both Bradley Adams and Dal Bosma, and Dal Bosma getting another. Oh, he just managed to come out of that before Chico penalized him, and Dal he was losing to Bradley Adam in that case. Very crowded. So it's still pink versus dark pink. So who will be the losers in this race? And Eric Champagne is just going away in the lead, so he has a chance to come back and help if possible.
But I must say, a lot of the players came back together. Now we also see the blue team quite in the back.
Yeah.
And we see dark pink. We see dark pink now going for the blue team as well. So I don't think they're pointing at well, they're still pointing at the pink team, but they say let's try to take blue out as well.
But here, double penalty hit them. Dao with a penalty, Alfonso with a penalty. They lost their mano. Arthur won over Alfonso. Bradley won over Dao. So right now they can only target Bradley Adam, and he's under pressure. First penalty to him. But they're going downwind all the time. So every time they go downwind, they come behind him because he only loses 6 to 8 meters. See, he's back again. And this time he's penalizing back.
Yeah, he came back alive, so to say, just at the right moment.
And then Martin comes in front of them from Starport. And now they are behind. That's interesting what's going to happen here.
Yeah, exactly. So we have Robert in front, who can now hold back the fleet a bit, wait for his teammates, and well, he's positioning himself on it. I think he has. I think he pressed the wrong button over there.
Yeah.
He took down his spinnaker, and I don't think that was his. That was the right thing to do, or that was the thing he wanted to do.
And then he also pressed best VMG button. I have seen that movement before a couple of times.
Yeah.
So a little bit panic, and that's actually killing his team.
Yeah, it's putting quite some pressure on his team right now. So he's, I think, just trying to sail away. But we still have a very close battle there. So
but he's in the right hand side. He is getting a penalty. He's been hit by Bradley Adam. Bradley Adam getting ready to attack. Martin Fernandez getting ready. He needs to defend Dauer, who's going on the inside. Martin Fernandez in trouble. Martin Fernandez is battling
sandwiched. For it. Yeah, he's getting sandwiched. That's for sure. So now the question: well, will this happen? And we have Eric coming back as well.
Double sandwich.
That's Bradley. That's Bradley. Yeah, exactly. A double sandwich. Very, very smart move over there.
But Martin is in the wrong position. He needs to go behind somehow, not getting a penalty. He takes the penalty, so now it's up to Bradley. Can he defend this position? Penalizing Dal Bosma, but Bradley will get a penalty now. But are they too far away? They're taking a chance. It's side by side. It's light pink losing it. Light pink is out. Great stuff. And we just get the confirmation here. No! Dal Bosma loses it.
It's dark pink.
It's goodbye dark pink in this case. 0.1 second.
1/10 of a second made the difference.
So goodbye to Team Netherlands. They've been writing so well in the chat saying they're doing fine today. But this was their second point. They are out of the race. Wish Cube, what a race we had here.
Yeah, what a race, and definitely those last seconds, so close. I think that's one of the closest finishes we've had so far in this in this format. Five members from 2 teams just finishing
same time,
one after the other one.
Yeah. But the server calls it. Dauer Bosma loses it. It looks different from our angle, but Dauer, he came over the finish line last.
Exactly.
And that's how it is.
Now it's always a question now, was this tactics, was this luck? Who knows? It's very difficult to say, but we can say one thing.
But it
They
looks
lost.
like they took a chance like light pink team. First they took a
Yeah.
penalty and went on the inside hoping that they could get some speed just on the finish line. And Martin Fernandez came out of penalty just before the finish line and speeded up. Then Bradley Adams
Yeah.
took a penalty for the second boat attacking him, and then they came in.
The difference between those two penalties that were given at the end of the race was the first penalty from Martin Fernandez. Martin still tried to avoid it, and he still tried to sail around and got a penalty, so he slowed down. And because you slow down first and then you get that penalty, you slow down even more. So you lose a couple of meters, and you saw, I think it was Bradley, who just went for that second penalty, and he said, I don't mind getting it. I know that I'm going to get it, but I just go straight to the finish line as fast as possible. And I think that might just have made the difference between, being lost and not in last position.
Yeah, but it's quite interesting. Also quite interesting with tactics. I can say that our dear friend Danelaw is saying, hey, why is the Dutch not orange today? Then it been much easier for us to see it. But that's how it is, Danelaw. That's how it is. I have to say, we're getting ready for the next race. There's only one team with 1 point. That's the blue team. Rest of them have 0 points. So now it's spinning up. People are going to lose. It's 4 teams left now. So let's see what will happen. And there we go. When we are watching now we can really see the top players. Arthur, Pepito, Rouse and Lark, Ramon, Azir, Chico Pimelo, First Loser, Eric Champagne, Bradley Adam, Espan 26, that, as I remember, that's John Cardona, isn't it? Martin Fernandez and Luis from Top Sailors, Top Sailing Coach. Let's see how this works. 12 skippers left, 4 teams left. We might lose a team, and that's blue team. They have 1 point cube.
Yeah, the blue team has a bit of pressure on them now because of that one point that they lost already. But we still have a lot of. I think 12 people is still a lot to have in one race. So they still have a lot of possibilities to stay away from that last position and to let the battle develop between 2 other teams. So they can just sail away like the green team had in almost every race until now.
Yeah, but it's also interesting to see if blue team keeps up their tactics to be in the last end of the fleet. They have been all the way in the first 3 legs in all the races. They have been in the last part of the fleet. Can they continue doing that tactics? Let's see how that will develop. The start is coming up. Let's go closer to see what's happening here. And there we go. Green team are penalizing each other. John Cardona getting a penalty by and Azir with a penalty.
Strange.
Yeah,
it's so strange. The green team is doing the same thing every single race over and over again, and they just don't mind about that penalty because, well, we can see it. They get out of it. They just sail straight. They wait for that penalty because it doesn't last that long anymore. It only lasts 10 seconds.
Yeah, but
it used to be 12.
But see what happens to Chico Pimelo. Made a false start, came way ahead of the starting line, and then spin around. And let's see meters. He's 17 meters behind Pepito, 20 meters up to the yellow boat. So blue team needs to do something. And right now, again, they are assembled in the right hand side, not able to do anything that attack Rouse and Lark. So
yeah, it's a. I don't know if it's their strategy or if it's just bad luck every single time, because it puts them in a difficult position to get out from. So now their options of choosing which teams to attack it went down from 3 teams to 1 team right now. So they only have the yellow team that they can control a little bit.
But see here, First Loser coming in, Dean coming, crossing, penalizing yellow team. So right now, it's blue versus yellow already. light green are gone and pink team are gone. So we already have 2 teams behind battling it out. So this is going to be yellow and blue battling each other. So who will get bruised best? Lark against Arthur. Chico versus Ramon. First loser against Luis. That's how it's going to be. Green team, don't do anything, just sail away. Pink team, don't do anything, just sail away if you can.
Yeah, it looks like they've decided from the start already which 2 teams will battle for those last positions.
But let's see, it's still close. It's still close. Blue team and yellow team can still catch up to pink team. And if they don't attack each other, but they work together, then it might entering things. And we can see that Belgian just lost electricity. Luckily for him, for Cube, he's sitting on a laptop, but somehow he lost electricity in the house.
Yes, exactly. So I'm now trying to connect to 4G quickly because I don't know what will happen to the Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi is fine. I have to say the Wi-Fi has been killed if you lost all power. So it's only the lights in your room. But we just saw yellow team with a penalty made by blue. And right now, yellow team and blue team are trying to, the 2 leading boats are trying to capture up with the pink team. But let's see what will happen. But it looks like we're going to have yellow versus blue all night. And let's see what happens there. And I can say to you guys, a light came from heaven to Cube again. He has lights in his room. So they are all with him there. But a battle here. Yellow and blue. They managed actually to capture Bradley Adam. And there they penalize the pink boat. But it's still yellow and blue behind attacking each other. But Luis, he opened it up a little bit by capturing up Bradley. And see the 2 blue ones going away. Leaving Chico behind all by himself. And he's capturing another penalty there.
Yeah, Chico was taking quite a risk by going to the left side and then deciding to attack right away. We also saw like I think that's a smart move from the yellow team to get pink in trouble as well, because now we see the second member from pink who came back to help his teammate. So we'll see blue probably come back at the top mark. We might see pink come back at the top mark, and we have yellow still in the back.
But a wall block is already coming in. Dean, first loser coach Al Carbon, is putting up a block. Arthur pressing out the pink Martin Fernandez. Is that a penalty to Bradley? Yeah, it is. Penalty to Rosenlock. That's opening it up again. Chico is back in the race. It's the fourth downwind. It's the downwind for the finish line. 3 teams can lose it now. Way to go by blue.
Yeah, exactly. Now blue has quite a huge task to come back and to not only defeat the yellow team, but also defeat the pink team, because they are also still in the battle there.
Penalty to Ramon against Martin Fernandez. That means that yellow team is going behind. And if Chico is killing Rausenlag in the left-hand side, it's game over yellow almost. Then it's pink and yellow battling it out. Oh yeah, another penalty. Luis, he made a maneuvering while he's trying to penalize Martin Fernandez.
Yes, exactly. That was I think a small mistake from him.
Back again, Martin Fernandez 4-0 in that battle. 3 versus 1, and he has been winning 4 times out of 4. Can he win the 5th time, or will he lose it on the finish line? Let's see what happens here. Bradley coming to the help.
Bradley taking the risks now of coming back. Rosenlock even jibing on top of his team member.
Martin Fernandez.
So now, yeah, he has to come back. So the only way for and there we see that penalty. But so last chance now from Bradley. Last chance.
Yeah, he has 2 players.
The pressure. Yeah. All the pressure is on top of him.
Penalty,
there
but it's too late. It's too late. It's too late.
It's too late. Ooh.
It's too late.
Yes.
It's light pink. I think we have the same finish again. Let's see here. Zero.
Oh.
No.
No, it's yellow.
It's
It
yellow.
was enough. It was enough.
According to server, yellow lost it. Our angle was not good enough. It was the
Oh,
same
no,
way.
no. I see. Look, the difference between both players is 4 seconds. So probably one of the yellow boats didn't cross the finish line. He missed the finish line and had to come back, make a giant come
Rouse
back.
and Lark didn't round the finish line. It looks like
Yes.
that. Oh, that's a very good view. Let's try to see the stats here. Yes, as we saw, he didn't round the finish line, and then he lost.
Then he lost big time, exactly.
That's why yellow lost it. It was so close. Great stuff again in this.
And also,
team race.
look at the comeback from the blue team. How in that last leg, Chico went from a last position up to suddenly 7th without any problem, just by jibing, going to that right-hand side, left-hand side from our point of view, and just staying out of trouble. And well, he was. I mean, there it's a bit luck. It's a bit of luck if the other guys are looking at you or not. But I don't think they saw him. They just went for Team Yellow and Pink. And, well, he got out quite well there.
Yeah, but quite amazing, Cube. Again, he managed to sneak away and make the two other teams fighting each other. And that's giving 1 point to Team Pink. So now blue team and pink team have 1 point each.
No, yellow team.
Yellow team,
Yellow.
yeah, yellow, sorry.
Yeah.
Yellow team has 1 and blue has 1. But pink and green are both on 0. So the rope is tightening up right now. Who will we soon lose in this team race league? We're almost in the final, and the final will be a BO3. And if you're watching Esailing TV for the first time, please sign up on our different channels on the World Wide Web. Morning, good afternoon to all of you Esailing fans around the world. Welcome to Esailing TV. We are in Marseille. We are at the Sail GP Grand Finals. Behind me is the stage where the winner of Sail GP will receive their trophy. So that's a hot one. Penalty to Lilo, 14. Most of the boats are in the committee boat, sailing into each other. Massive penalties in this start.
Good start. This is superb. And look at the speed of the Spaniards.
From the start, and remember they're trying to hit that 0. That
And Cube, you are with me live from Belgium. You're back home? You're not studying anymore? You were in France for a couple of weeks ago. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm in holidays right now in Belgium. So staying here, a bit in quarantine.
How long holidays do you have in Belgium?
So right now I had 2.5 months, almost 3 months, which is quite long.
So you're off study the next 3 months?
Yeah, exactly. So I still have 1 month left of focusing on e-sailing.
On e-sailing. Then you have all the time to prepare for the World Championship that is coming up. Let's try to see the battles a little bit from top, see what they're doing here. But Cube, here in Denmark, the vacation is over, so it's actually pretty hard for a player like Lucas Moore. We don't have him live with us today. He's not in the team race today. He's having a hard time because he will not have vacation when the World Championship qualification starts. But you have.
Well, I think my college just starts that week. But the problem, my biggest problem at the moment, is that I had no time at all to play during lockdown. So I've had I have quite a lot of work to do to catch up and to get qualified again, because right now it doesn't look very good for me. And if they really stop the qualifiers on the 1st of September, then I don't think I'll be able to get in the top 1,000 there.
You just need to get in top 30 in the next official race, then you might have a chance to qualify. 6 seconds to start, Cube. Again, a downwind start, this time Team Pink, and see Green Team penalizing each other.
Ooh.
A false start to Span and a false start to Pepito. False start to First Coast. Another false start to Pepito. What did we just see?
That is some big carnage over there, and we see, Pepito. I
He
think
lost connection. Yeah.
Ooh, okay, so that's
point for Team Green. That's why he was
over.
spinning around. But let's see some actions for the rest of the team. They can warm up still. No, light green team is just going out when they got that penalty. They are just throwing to the cards and saying, hey, we got a penalty. We got a disconnection, so we lost the race. So all a disconnection. Is that a point for light green team, Cube?
Well, we'll have to see, because the disconnect only happens after the start, I think.
Yeah.
So it will be quite close, and I will monitor it to see if they try to do restart. Or if
It happened after the start. It didn't happen before the start.
Yeah, no, I'm reading here. I think I will just ask for confirmation.
We have direct contact to the players by Discord, and we can also have it here in studio, but we love to see Cube's face instead of, so we are making Cube taking the contact to them. That is a point for light green team, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah, it's just been confirmed, so we have 1 point for green team now. So that means the only team who is still out of trouble right now is the pink team.
Yeah.
And it's quite special, because the pink team was involved in quite a lot of battles in the previous races, but they always managed to get out of trouble just at the right moment. And now they're suddenly in the lead and in a really good position to enter that final.
It's almost like the Champions League in football. If you have Corona, or you have the other companion team is not allowed to travel into the country, then you lose the game. We just saw here a disconnection in this game, and that's giving 1 point for light green team. And that's opening everything up, as you said. Pink team, Martin Fernandez, Bradley Adam, and Eric Champagne. Quite a mixed team from around the world. Has 0 points.
So here we are again. New start, new chance for all of the teams to show what they have, to show if they can stay away from that last position, something they're not used to do in most cases. Normally it's all about winning the race, about being first. And now suddenly this whole thing's changed. And I must say, in the last couple of months, all of these players got quite used to this format, and they managed to completely change their mindset to this new thing where you just want to stay out of that last position.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. We just saw one of the Spanish players having some connection issues coming last in the race. So let's hope it's not going to kill Team Yellow before we're getting the excitement we are going to have today. 1 minute to start, so if they're disconnecting now, it's losing a point.
Exactly. I think a lot of guys will now be more worried about their Wi-Fi connection than about racing.
It's quite funny. I was at the World Championship in Bermuda, and in Bermuda there's not the best internet connection. So we actually locked out all other kind of devices on the whole hotel, so we could manage to play and stream it. So the guys in the first 2 races were so afraid of disconnecting there. So that's how it is. There we go. There we go here. We have one yellow boat trying to do a downwind start. Let's see if that works. There he comes. With speed at the pin end. Oh, a little bit slow.
Yeah, he was starting a bit too early.
And penalized.
Yeah. But I think getting a penalty now is better than starting too early. Yeah. So he made a good move by waiting a bit, just accepting that penalty. And we can see now that he's in clear wind.
But
and it looks like it's purple. It's pink in trouble right now.
yeah, and Bradley, he needs to do something. If he gets a penalty there, then it's almost game over, pink.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we can say that a lot of teams might also be thinking about working together at this stage, because they know that pink is not in a good position.
No, but
so if the other teams just work together, say, hey guys, let's make sure they get a loss.
But Bradley
Then
just
that might
opened it
be the
up.
case.
Yeah, Bradley just opened it up, penalizing his span 26. Well, let's see what will happen. This is opening it up. Green team under trouble with pink. So right now, blue and yellow, if they don't battling each other, they might sneak away already.
Yeah, exactly. Green is now still in a dominating position, but this might change very fast, because now we see the whole fleet coming from the right-hand side, coming back and pushing them towards the left, towards a place where they don't want to be, because on the left, if you want to come back, you're on port, you don't have right of way.
Rouse and Lark just helped Team Pink a little bit, penalizing Coach, but Pepito got a penalty against Coach. So right now it's opening up again because Yellow Team mixed in that battle instead of sneaking away. Asir coming in, penalizing Ramon. No, he's going to penalize a penalty to Team Blue. Chico was caught in a sandwich between two other teams. But see there, that's interesting.
That's the big battle we're trying to see right now.
They're trying to
The
penalize
sandwich.
him. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's not a good sign for Green, because Green only has they only have 1 point left. So they can't make any mistakes. They can't get any
Rosenmark
disconnect.
with a huge mistake. Going up with a penalty. See what's happening. Team Yellow in trouble. Rouse and Lark from Sevilla.
Exactly.
Oy, oy, oy. That is a hard one. He needs to get some speed going back in if he hit the mark. Oh, you see how much he's losing there.
Yeah, and we just look at Team Green and Pink. It's like they were talking to each other and just say, "Hey guys, you saw this guy here in the back? Just sail away."
Yes.
And they didn't even slow down. They didn't even try to penalize each other. They just said, "Go, go, go, go."
And first
Don't
loser
stop.
with a penalty. So the four boats in front with
Yes.
2 boats behind. But Rouse and Lark, he's more than 80 meters behind Cube. 80 meters. I haven't seen a J boat capture 80 meters on a boat in front of them. And Team Yellow are so far away from Team Blue here that they can't do anything.
the whole scene of having a battle between Pink and Green just changed to Yellow and Blue in 30 seconds, I would say.
Yeah.
A very, very nice situation change there.
Yellow tried to attack, Luis tried to attack Chico, but got a penalty for sailing into him. Nice defend by Chico. So now it's Yellow against Pink.
Yeah, but it's Ramon over there in a really good position. He's now in first place. He's clear in front, and now he has the perfect opportunity to just stay there, hold back the whole fleet. And if he does that, then everyone comes back together and it will open the whole race again.
2 penalties. Arthur Asir just got one in front. Ramon, he's trying to penalizing Iraq, and now he's slowing down the whole fleet. Iraq
Exactly.
losing momentum. So now it's all assembling, but Rosenluck still far, far behind. Let's see. Penalty to light blue. Penalty to light green. 3 penalties to light green. Oosh, what an opening.
Everyone coming together, and there we see. Look at the difference in everything has closed down again, and we have the green boat actually in trouble. That's Spain 26, who just managed to get that mark and to sail away. But it's very, very close. Everything can happen here. All 4 teams are not safe.
Now it's blue and green battling it out for the finish line. Blue and yellow. So it changed. Chico lost it. So yellow back in the race, but there's 3 blue boats over here. If they just focus on Ramon, then they might take it because they are on the left-hand side and the other boats are on the right-hand side. But green against yellow in the opposite side. Green might help blue if they're penalizing a yellow boat up there. But focus on Ramon. He's trying to get back to his teammates.
That's where the battle is right now between blue and yellow. So it will be very, very close there. We see that Chico is actually in a good position right now. So if he manages to jibe on top, which he's doing right now, he can just stay on that right side and then give that penalty, which is just missed.
He
just
missed
that penalty.
position. 3 boats against 1. His teammates crossing the finish line. He's taking the speed. Do we have speed enough? This is one of the close calls
This
again.
is close. This is close.
He's winning it.
Yes.
Yellow taking
He's winning it.
a point.
That's a really close one again. But I think it was enough.
He just took it in front of 2 of them. So it's goodbye, Team Yellow. So now we just eliminated the yellow team from Spain. Nice battle. So three teams back in this fleet. So, and we're just speaking about this clip we just saw, Cube. We just saw an old clip. This clip is almost 1 year old, actually 1.5 years old. And some of the players' names there, they're not called the same today, but that was their old users we just saw there. And one of them was Jon Cardona's first user, before he got known.
Yeah, exactly. Before all those certified buttons and stuff like that, and social media getting involved.
Yeah.
Those good old times where you were sailing against someone you didn't know. You could be sailing as a world champion. You could be sailing against someone who never set foot in a boat before. You had no idea.
But today you have an idea and the players are getting known. And I have to say, the last ESLGP, the grand final we had, really put this game on the map. 125,000 views within 48 hours. Amazing that this game can grow this much. And this also just shows that this game has capability to grow bigger and stronger, and also to go into the big tournaments and also maybe, as they said in 2024, become Olympic.
We never know. I mean, look how fast this game changed in 1 year. If you just look at the evolution, then you can say we have no idea what's going to happen in the future.
Right.
Everything can happen. The evolution can grow, can explode, can just fall down like a house of cards. It's very unpredictable.
But one thing is for sure, World Sailing has made an agreement until 2028 with the game. So something will happen in this game if it's going on. So it's official game of World Sailing until 2028. We're getting ready for the next race. 9 skippers in there, 3 teams back. So we're almost ready for a final. Pink team and blue team has 1 point. Green team doesn't have a point. No, pink team doesn't have a point.
Yeah,
it's green
exactly.
and blue. Let's get ready to run.
Exactly.
And there we have the skippers here in the Team Race League. This is Arthur, this is Chico, this is First Loser, this is Eric Champagne, together with Martin Fernandez, Bradley Adam. Then we have Jon Cardona, Azir, and Tim Carpentier on one team. Let's see, will it be France? Will it be Portugal together with USA? Or will it be the mixed team where they all speak English? That's is it more? Let's call them the American team and the mixed team. How is it here today? But let's see what happened. 40 seconds to start.
So we see that it's quite low winds again, which is quite typical these days on the online racing course.
Yeah, it's because one thing, they actually, Virtual Regatta actually integrated real-life wind around Europe. So if you're choosing a map like this, then they're trying to get the real-life wind at that moment and that time from that area. So we experienced also, we had no wind suddenly in this year under the German Championship, and that was why. Start coming up. Penalty to Bradley Adam, penalty to Azir. I'm not afraid of Azir, but Bradley Adam, and again see blue team racing together.
Team. Yeah, staying together. But now it looks like, I think that's Arthur.
That's Arthur. That's first loser in trouble.
Loser.
But two players covering up Azir, that's also pretty aggressive.
Well, yeah, I don't think he's in trouble, though. I think he's just controlling the last pink boat, who is Bradley Adam. Yeah, so they are staying there. And by doing that tag battle, they give the opportunity to the other blue members, to Arthur and who is...
That was Eric Chico. Chico just penalized Eric, and Chico now in trouble. Two greens coming in, but Arthur covering him up quite well. So right now it's still open. All the boats, all the teams, all three teams are a little bit in trouble. Nobody can sneak away.
Yeah, but it's still really close with those two green boats in front. They know they are quite safe. They can come back whenever they want, but right now it looks like the pink team has really big trouble.
An attack. Green kills Martin Fernandez here. It was a span going down. Now Bradley tried to do the same thing with first loser. He's ready here. But Pepito is banned 26. Arthur. But it's blue team now in the lead, controlling, but they have two ahead and one behind.
Everything is changing again. I was just gonna say that we have green team in trouble, but it looks like the blue. Ooh!
Oh, what happened with pink there? Bradley went upwind.
Yes. So he pressed the button before finishing his stack and stayed right into the wind. Lost all the speed, and is now chasing first loser. So it's all on. Let's see, who is the pink boat? It's Martin. So Martin still has that power to block him off at the mark rounding.
And Chico, penalizing one in the block, making room for first loser coming in. Great stuff by him. Eric Champagne with a penalty, and now we have two pinks boats in the end, but we have a block up front there. Martin coming in, penalizing first loser. Can he take more boats with him? And straight away an attack. Chico penalizing Eric and penalizing also Bradley.
Ooh, a very nice move from Chico there, but he has to go away.
He did.
It's not only about and there he got it back. So yeah, that's a very, very interesting move there from him. So it's very nice that he managed to give out two penalties, but the problem is you have to get out of the way after you gave the penalties, and that was not possible for him. So he just got hit by karma, like we like to say it.
And this time, Chico against Bradley. Right now, Arthur and first loser are in the lead. They're actually in front of green team and the pink team coming up to them. So we have a mano-mano battle behind. And the other boats are not interested in penalizing each other. Let's see if this is going to be mano-mano rest of the race. There we go.
Yeah, very, very close call there at the mark rounding with that attack from Bradley. But he just managed to stay in front. So now it's very interesting to see how the other two blue guys managed to climb to the front, because now they have all the power, and with two guys you can really hold back the fleet for a very, very long time.
And first attack coming in on Chico. Bradley made a straight downwind attack. and managed to penalize him, but see Azir now in trouble. Ush just managed to avoid Martin Fernandez's attack.
I must say, I'm not quite sure if that was a good move to do from Martin, because of that move, Azir had to duck down, and well, that's why we see who is that? I think it's Eric's. It's Bradley. No, Bradley had to do a double tack because Azir was covering him.
Oof, penalty to Pepito for hitting the mark, but doesn't matter anything. Chico in trouble, very big trouble. He's under attack, he's under pressure, being pushing out by Bradley. And that means Arthur is putting in the block, doesn't manage to penalize anyone. Oh, Pepito with another penalty. Oh, there, he managed to capture one. But it's going to be a mano-mano battle. So if Arthur keeps away, then Chico is going to attack the others. Arthur captured in a burger.
No, it's really difficult. So the two blue guys in the back. Let's see what happens in the front. Will he come back to save his blue team members?
He needs to do something, because if they are losing, it's game over, and then we have the finalist, Team Pink against Team Green. And if they manage to win, then we have one more race with 3 boats.
Yeah, and right now it looks like the blue team isn't gonna save this one. So Bradley, with a good move there, able to take away.
Penalty, my team.
Still very close.
Nah,
Chico now in a good position.
No,
Chico able to give a penalty to both Bradley
my team
and
in
Martin.
trouble. Martin Fernandez, he will be pushed out. That changed everything. Chico does it. He's doing it again on the finish line. He's doing it again. That's the second time Chico wins it on the finish line. There we have the confirmation. Points to light pink team, and hats off for Chico P. Mello. What a race, Cube. And I have to say, again, Chico managed to time it quite well. Get a time penalty and still winning in front of 2 boats. That's the second time he's doing that tonight.
I can just feel his patience running up, because it's all about those last 100 meters, and you see them in the first part of the downwind. They're just going, and I mean, they're giving out some penalties, but they're still like just playing it very softly, not making any mistakes, being careful, stay close to the group. And then at the end, the battle breaks loose, and it's all about that last jibe, that last penalty. It's so close every single time.
Yeah, but I have to say, Chico timed it well 2 times in a row. That's the second time he's winning it with 0.2 or 0.1 second in front of the others, and then also with a penalty crossing the finish line. Hats off for Chico. Let's see if they can continue. We are ready for one more race when they're coming up. Right now they haven't made the server, so we will just take a small break and then we'll be back in studio. Morning, good afternoon to all of you e-sailing fans around the world. Welcome to e-sailing TV. We are in Marseille. We are at the Sail GP Grand Finals. Behind me is the stage where the winner of Sail GP will receive their trophy. So that's a hot one. Penalty to Lilo, 14. Most of the boats are in the committee boat, sailing into each other. Massive penalties in this start.
Good start. This is superb. And look at the speed of the Spaniards.
From the start, and remember they're trying to hit that 0 that
And Cube, we are getting ready for one more last race with 3 teams. We're waiting for the boat to come in.
So we just I just got a notification from our organizer from Arthur, saying that we will go to the 3v3 already because I think it's Team Yellow that dropped out earlier.
Yeah.
So we will get the final BO3 already.
So we will get a final now. Team Green against Team Pink. Now
Against Team Blue. Yes,
Team Blue. So Team Pink actually went out of the race.
Yeah, Team Pink and both Team Pink and Team Yellow left the race. So now we're getting the final already.
Okay, and that's a BO3 we're going to experience here right now.
Exactly. So at least 2 races.
At least 2 races we're going to see. Let's see how it goes. The race has started. We just got kicked out of the server, so we will bump in straight away again. And who are our favorites, or is it hard to say?
Well, I mean, we saw the green team being in front. This is not the
That's not that race. Amazing
That's not
amazing what's happening here, Cube. We love when the servers
go wrong.
and everything. So we're pressing the right one, but coming in and racing another one. Amazing what's happening. We're ready now.
Okay, so what I was saying, we saw the green team being in the lead a lot of times, and well, we saw quite some strange moves sometimes from the blue team, who went to the right side almost every single race, packed as one. But they managed to just fight very well in the back of the fleet and defend their position. So this will be very, very close here with a nice penalty. So we have a nice penalty for España 26.
But also for Arthur.
For Arthur as well. So Spain 26 coming out of that penalty in first position. So now it's Arthur in the back of the fleet. Chico still in a good position over there. So it's the regular 3v3. Okay, so now it's not about that last position anymore. It's just about points. You need to count your points. So you have 11 points in total. If you get 5 points or less, then you win. It's easy as that. So right now, because the green team has first and second position, they automatically win. Even if Spain 26 get lost. So if you have a first and second or first and third position, you automatically win the race. So that's, I think, what they're trying right now. So they just try to control the fleet with Pepito in first position right now. Asir just blocking the third guy, giving room to Spain 26 to come back into the race, to come back into that top 3.
But it looks
and
like...
if they can stay there...
Yeah, but it looks like they're going to kill Chico in a few sec. They're really working to get into him. Let's see what they will do here. If they manage to penalize Chico here, all green boats can sneak away.
Yeah, so I think we have Asir who tagged on the ley line, a bit above the ley line, who's now going for that first place. So if Asir gets that first place, they need a top 3 finish in the best situation. If not, then they can still manage to win if they get 4th and 5th. So they still have a lot of room to win this race. And it's the blue team now chasing, trying to get back into that green pack at the front. Because now this is a very nice shot. We see all green members controlling at least one blue guy. So they are in a really good position right now, but everything is still really close. All boats are packed really close together, so they might come back and change this whole.
Let's go and see this battle. Oh yes, he just managed to miss out first loser. He was trying to attack first loser, and if he succeeded with that penalty, I have to say, then was game over blue. But nice defense by first loser. Now Pepito comes in. No, he doesn't want to attack him now.
Yeah, that was a strange move, I must say. I didn't see the opening of that move from Asir, but it looked like he was in first position. So I'm still wondering why he gave away that first position.
Oh, penalty,
And now
Green
he's
penalizing
getting
each other. No.
Yeah.
Span losing momentum. Penalty to Azir made by Pepito, or he sailed into Pepito. And now he's getting a second one because Arthur going on the inside. That was catastrophically we just saw there.
Yeah, they were approaching that first mark
And
in a very, very good position.
penalty. 3 penalties to green team made by the Blues. So now Arthur just needs to sneak away. Yeah, Arthur penalizing them again. Nice defense. Those two just need to sneak away. Chico and first Lewis. So Arthur make some noise behind. So if they can penalize Pepito up there, it's game over.
Yeah, exactly. Now all the pressure right now is on Spain 26. So Spain 26 has to come back and close that gap. So he has to come back into that top 3 because if first loser is winning this race, then they need 2 players in that top 3 from the green team, which they don't have at the moment. So there is still quite a big gap of 46 meters between Chico and Spain 26.
And there we saw disconnection. Tim Carpentier, Pepito lost connection. So 1-0 for the blue team, light blue team in this battle here. That's what happens also. So 1-0 for blue team.
Exactly. So all the members leaving. But it's of course not the ending we want, but it happens as well. And well, now all pressure is on the green team. In my opinion, the favorites for this event. But right now it doesn't look very good because they need to win 2 races in a row. And well, if you lose connection, it's never a good thing because you never know if it will happen again or not.
No, but I think, as I remember, Pepito is playing on a tablet. No, it's computer. So that's connection issues. So interesting what's going to happen in the next race here. But I have to say, blue team actually managed to control green team in that downwind situation. It was almost hard for green team to come in and take it.
Yeah, I mean it's quite strange what happened there because I'm still trying to figure out how suddenly the green team like mixed up their whole setup and went from a really good position to suddenly one of the worst ones you can imagine with a lot of penalties dealt out there.
There were 2 movements doing it. First one was Azir attacking downwind on first loser, and first loser managed to go away from him and win that one. And then the second one was that Azir rounded the mark and hit Pepito and got a penalty for sailing into Pepito. That was losing it for them.
Exactly. And at that moment, I think you might even say it's beneficial for the blue team that they had one guy in the back. They had Arthur in the back there, who could just like stay on top of them. Not do much, but make sure that they slow down a lot, so that gap with the top 3 was closed. What was like getting bigger every second.
Yeah, and now we are getting ready for maybe the last race of tonight. This is race number 2 in the final. Let's go in game. And for the new viewers, let's get a race number 2 on it because it's a BO2. It's 1-0 for light blue. And we're still waiting for Pepito, Tim Carpentier, to join in. So he might have some internet issues back home in France.
So let's hope for him that he can come back and still participate because it's well, I mean, at a certain point, you'll be like, yes, they got disconnected, but I mean, those guys are still they're here for fun, and their main goal is just to have fun in the evening. So it's never nice to ruin your race just because of a disconnect.
And we can see again, we're just having joining in the server without joining it in. Sometimes that's happened, but luckily for us, we know a lot about this game, so we know what to do. And then we are back in again. I also have to say, now it's doing it again. I have to say, I'm pretty amazed that we are having a player like Arthur, the organizer, in the final. Organizing a race like this and coming into the final. That's quite amazing.
Yeah, but I must say as well, it's and the good points of this format is just like the list is never ending, because what's really nice about this as well is that you have no work at all with scoring. So normally as an organizer, you would be like, after every finish, you would just rush on your computer, enter the scores, and then sometimes you had a redress or you had some kind of mistake that happened, so you have to adjust it, and then you have to publish the codes and stuff like that. Now it's just everyone knows who's lost and he's out, and that's it.
Yeah. And there we have to go. And it doesn't look like a good go for the blue team. Chico with a penalty, Arthur slow, Pepito go in front of Chico, but they have first loser in the lead. So now it's interesting what blue team will do with that position, because they are under trouble.
Yeah, exactly. So now all pressure rests on first loser. He cannot, he cannot lose that first position, lose his advantage. But right now it doesn't look very good. He's trapped there, going to the left. And, well, we see, I think that's Spain 26. Yeah, that's Spain 26, who is just able to... Ooh, they both stacked, so that's a strange move there. That might be because they weren't communicating or something. We don't know. But we still see that those two guys are really chasing first loser. They're really close to him, and once he loses that first position, then it will be very difficult for the blue team to come back, because then they have to come back, like I told you before, they have to come back and enter that top three, and you see that the difference between them and top three is quite big at the moment.
So right now we have three green boats in the middle. They are in a very good position. They're actually side by side with first loser in the lead, two of them. And then we have Chico Pepito in the same level as Chico Pimelo. But see how far away Chico is from the mark. When he's crossing in, is that good enough to challenging Pepito? But he needs to go up to third place at least, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. He needs to enter that top three again, and that's it's looking quite difficult for him there.
But let's see what first loser will do. If he will go up and do a wall block, or he can manage to defend. No, he's losing his first place right now. It looks like Asir is going to the right hand side and taking the first place, and his span 26 is challenging first loser in this case.
Yeah, it's still like right now we see the wind shifting a bit to the left, so it's very hard to tell, but we might see first loser being able to cross, or at least stay very close to Spain 26.
But penalty! Oh, he just managed to avoid that penalty. That is amazing, and let's see what happens here. And now he lost the first place, so mission completed for Team Green.
Exactly, so now it's all about...
No, Asir attacking him! That's also quite aggressive. I haven't seen that. I thought he would take the polite way and just take the lead.
Yeah, because now we suddenly see that everyone's back together. So this is what you see when you're talking about confidence. I mean, now the green team, they had a place 1 and 2, but they just said, well, the difference, the lead is not big enough. Let's just stop penalizing everyone. And there you see the blue fleet is just getting one penalty after the other one. Look, another one there. So it's really, they're really confident. They know exactly what they're doing. And they know that they're in the advantage position right now, because they have Spain 26 in front in first position. So once they can, as long as they stay out of that last position right now, they win the race.
Pepito just got a penalty. So now we have first and second and third to the blue team. And if Arthur comes up and take fourth, then it's blue team taking it.
Yeah, so basically what will happen now, as long as the green team is not lost, so now it's basically what we had the whole event already. The last boat loses this race because we have the green team in front, one green boat in front. So now
they're switching positions again. Azir and Pepito showing that they have some they're quite comfortable with this game, penalizing when they want to penalize, but now Pepito is caught in that burger. And
now it's the same problem now. They have to close that gap with the top three again. It's not
Chico with a penalty to himself.
They have to close the gap with Azir, because if Azir can stay in third position, then that's enough already to just win the race.
But let's see what happens here. Azir going to this side here, closest to us, followed by Arthur. Chico going after Pepito. First loser in front of Pepito, crossing in front of Arthur. And if Arthur gets a penalty here, then I can say it's almost game over, Team Blue.
Yeah, but I think, that was just a very, very good mark rounding over there from first loser. Look how he just completely went to that right hand side, and now he's in a very good position to come back, help his teammates, which he's doing right now.
And Chico also in position to attack Pepito and Azir straight away. See, they switch his position now. So if Arthur comes back and don't loses it, then it's green team losing.
I think that's exactly what we'll see. So now they still have to manage to get into that.
Jon Cardona coming back to help now. They are a little bit nervous because downwind it's a pain in the ass. So better taking
they know they need that third position, and right now
penalty to Azir.
That's a very, very tricky one now. So now the only goal for the blue team is to stay out of that last position, and they are still in that last position right now. So now they need to or get Pepito or get Azir and make sure. So they have 2 focus points. They can't become last, and they can't let anyone enter that top 3.
Let's see, Azir in trouble. Penalty to Azir made by Chico. That's the second one upwind. Luckily for him, it's upwind penalties. So Arthur is getting closer and closer to him, winning 8 meters again. But now Azir is getting ready to cover up Arthur.
So they're doing some tag battles over there. And now we see they are starting to take some risks. So we just saw Chico slowing down. That was Chico exactly.
Yes, Chico here.
He started to slow the gap again.
Oosh.
So now they know.
Pepito went downwind for Arthur and missed it, and actually regretted. And then he got a penalty. Oi! That's changing everything. So now first loser is sneaking away. Chico slowing down. We're going to have a 2 versus 2. Another penalty for Pepito. Azir can get penalized by Arthur. Arthur, no. Why is going behind him?
That's very smart. That's very smart. Very good move there.
Chico
and a
hits the
penalty
mark.
for. Is that Chico? Yes, that's
he
a
hit the
penalty for
mark.
Chico. So.
But very smart there done. Pepito sailed into Azir.
But they have a lot of work to do, so they can't get in last position, and they can't let anyone go into third position. So,
and right now Pepito with another penalty. Azir breaking down. Let's see this battle here.
Yeah, so now that's what they're focusing on. They just try to make sure that Chico is in last position. That's their main focus now.
And Chico placing... he's under trouble now. Oh, he needs to go away from Azir. Breaks away. Chico ready.
Yeah.
Chico in 5th. So right now it looks great for the blue team. Pepito getting ready to attack Chico. Chico drops down side by side. So if they can kill... No, Azir come in 3rd now because of Arthur coming
Yes.
back. So Arthur lost it.
Archer went to the wrong side, and now it's Azir in that wind gust, just going for 3rd place. And if he can make that cross, if he can cross Arthur, and I think he will, then that means they get this race. That was a very smart move from Azir there, just clear out.
But also Arthur, he was too... he came back to help, and he shouldn't come back to help in that case.
Well,
so
no, he didn't slow down. He just went to the opposite side where there was less wind. So that's why he slowed down so much. But now we see that suddenly First Loser is coming back to help, which makes the risk even higher.
2 battles. First Loser against Azir, Chico against Pepito. Arthur tried to sneak up. They need to penalize Azir now. They need to kill him to be able to win this race. So it's all about focus on Azir. And Pepito, he's ready to see if he can penalize Chico.
Yeah, and that's also necessary. They can't become last. The blue team can't get in that last position.
Ooh, will Chico do it again? Will Chico do it again? They need to stop Azir. It's too late.
It's too late. Very nice move there. Very nice try. I think a very nice decision from First Loser to come back. I think he came back just at the right moment, but just extremely difficult to change this whole fleet. Everyone was going their own way, separate ways, so very difficult to control. And well, I mean, Azir found the hole in the net. He just went through it and
took
sneaked
it
out.
Yeah. And now we're going into the final race of tonight. Who will be crowned winner of tonight's Team Race League? Will it be the French team with a Spanish helper in form of Jorn Cardona, or will it be a mixed team with Chico, the Portuguese, and
with the organizer,
and also First Loser from Australia? Interesting what's going to happen. And again, I have to say, I've been watching Esailing a lot of times. This race we just saw, it could already be finished after the 2nd upwind leg, but somehow Team Green was a little bit, let me say it my way, cocky and attacked instead of just keep racing. Isn't that typical the 2 French skippers?
Well, I wouldn't put nationality on it. That's quite difficult to do. But I think it's something you can more say. It's about the young skippers because they are just like, they like to take risks. The adrenaline, they don't mind. They're just like, heart rate goes up. Let's take the risk. Let's try it. And it's very difficult for someone watching the race to evaluate and say, was this a good move or was this a bad move? Because we don't know what they're talking about. And well, sometimes I think if you can hear their like what they're saying to each other, then there must be some kind of undertone saying, or they are really confident, or they are admitting we made a mistake here and we don't know that. Yeah. And it's very difficult to know if they say, shit, we made a mistake, we have to come back, or if they're just saying this is completely our plan. So that's very hard, and it's something a lot of good players do, a lot of good teams do it, and as someone just watching them do it, it's always very difficult to read their behavior on the water.
We never know, but let's get into race number 3 in 2 sec. We just have this classic glitch of tonight, so we're just waiting 2 sec to come in. But I have to say, it's quite young teams we have with us tonight in the final, except one player, First Loser. Rest of them are young, but we have some routine top skippers in there, in Jorn Cardona from one of the team, Ispan 26. We are ready for race number 3 coming up now. And there we go. We have them here. Blue versus green. Chico, P. Mello, Arthur, and First Loser against Asir, Pipito, Tim Carpentier, or Jon Cardona. Who will win tonight? Who will win it? Let's see it. Side by side, let's just follow them here. It looks like they're clustering up just to do some psychological war here right now.
Yeah, so with 12 seconds before the start, the approach is very important. So you see that there is
3 penalties to
quite
green.
a bit under the line. Quite a lot of penalties there, and it looks like a good start there from the blue team, I would say.
False start to
ooh.
First Loser. This is a hard one. Was that the race they just lost there because Arthur got a penalty? So it's only Chico left to defend this one.
They only have Chico, exactly. It's a bit like in the last race where they only had First Loser in the front. So you might see a similar way of racing. So now, that was a big risk there. So he was very lucky that I think it's Pepito. That Pepito tacked away. No, it's Asir.
Asir,
that Asir tacked away there. Because if he just went straight, then that would have been a penalty. And there we get it. So that was twice the same move from Chico, way too close to Asir, and he was not even finishing his tack before getting that penalty. So now that's a very, very hard position for them. 3 green boats in front.
Yeah, it's only Pepito behind, but he's way away from the battle, so he might sneak in front. Another penalty to Chico. Asir is owning him right now.
I will tell you, I can put my money on this. If they can come in this formation, if they can arrive at the first mark in this formation, then they win this race, because one of the 3 guys in front will just wait, will hold back the other team, and then we just have 2 guys sailing away, building up that lead, and then it's over. And we saw it a lot of times already, and even with the highest teams like this, even in the final, you can see those kind of situations where you just have one team dominating the other one.
Yeah, and right now it looks like Team Green are in very much control. First Loser going away from the battle to the right-hand side. He might come in, according to surveys, in second, but you and I know this game quite well. He's far, far away from Green Team at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. He will need a very, very big shift from the right side to come back, but I wouldn't expect it. I mean, he has more pressure over there, but we see that I think that's Spain coming towards him.
Yeah, it's Asir actually.
It's Asir. So it's Asir still perfectly in third position, and if he can stay in that third position, then he will just stay at the top mark, wait for them.
So what's best to do here? Either race for it or make one player block them and make the 2 other players race away.
I would definitely always hold back one player, and just so send your 2 worst guys. That's my tactic. Send the 2 worst guys to the front, and the best player stays behind, or the one in last position, in third position, stays behind, and waits for the team and holds them back.
But right now they're just racing away. They're not doing a block at all.
No, so that, well, I don't know. They might say we just go for it. We're confident.
They are going for it. See, First Loser not. He needs to attack Asir downwind. We know the J-boat has a wind shadow that's 30 meters big. That's the wide area, but right now he cannot capture Asir. He can just
also
follow
don't forget Asir has to lose 4 places actually, and First Loser has to gain 2 places, so it's still a very, very big difference there. And I mean, he's out of reach of Spain 26's wind shadow, so Spain 26 can just keep on going. They're far enough already, and if they don't make any mistakes on the second upwind, then they're still in a good position. So
interesting. Chico going into lighter wind opposite side, really losing momentum there. I don't know why he went over there. Maybe to prevent.
There is a small pressure zone on on that side as well. So now we see that he's gaining speed.
11.1, 10.4, yeah, but he's too
he
far
went,
away.
He went way too far. And it's, well, the top two is clear ahead.
Game over, Team Blue, as Sear just did it against first loser. Now, they are untouchable in the lead.
They are in a very, very safe position. I think the only thing they want to do now is they will send Asir to the front as well, because Asir with a penalty there, so that's not the best move he could make. But the only thing is that they know they have problems with Wi-Fi connection sometimes, so if they can just stay in the front.
And Chico again, not a good rounding either. He went up when lost momentum, so this is not Chico's race. But Asir losing a little bit to first loser, but they need to capture second. But they're 60 meters up to his span 26. He will not be able to take that one.
No, the only thing they can hope for now is a disconnect from Pepito or Spain 26.
Is it now you're doing the commentator's curse? Are you now throwing it at them?
Well, let's see how powerful my voice is. We still have around 3 minutes left of racing, so a lot can happen. But I can tell you, even with the commentator's curse, I can also give them a compliment. They did a very, very good job now.
Yeah, and
very safe position, and it looks
very good what they did here. The only one you can strike with a lightning we've seen when having issues with connections tonight is the leader, Pepito, but I'm pretty sure he's well connected. So let's see how that will go here. Or else it should be, I had a final race, I can't remember which race where it was, where one of the players in the match race final lost connection because he lost power on his mobile phone. He didn't have any more battery on. That's also a hard one to lose with, special in a final. But it looks like Team Green is doing it. It looks like they really nailed it this time. Very good start and very good control in the first upwind leg, and then downwind as Asir made it done against first loser.
Exactly. But still, huge congratulations to the blue team as well. I mean, if you just see how in every single, I think 80% of all the races we had tonight, they were in a tricky position at the start, and every single time they managed to sneak out of it. They lost one race, lost 1 point, but besides that, they did a very good job of consistently using their skills, because they didn't have a lot of luck. They were quite far behind a lot of times. They just trusted on their skills, climbed back, and it worked a lot of times until now, until the big final.
And there we see blue team following each other into, but we have to say congratulations to Team Green, Pepito, Jan Cardona, sorry, and Asir. We just had some light in our face here. And then we have a disconnection from one of the light blue teams saying, goodbye, thank you for the race. It was a true pleasure to race against all of you. Congratulations with the victory. And with that disconnection, let's also end up tonight's show saying congratulations to the light green team. And Cube, that was it. A small show, 2.5 hour team race league with a lot of cool actions. 3 very close endings where we're seeing a boat taking a penalty and still winning in front of a boat in the last position. That was amazing.
Yeah, it's like 2.5 hours. They just flew through very exciting races, very close every single time. And I mean, I think this last race was the most boring one, so to say. The rest was just you were sitting there, and until that last second, you would not know who was winning and who wasn't.
Now, I have to say to all of you out there, thank you for watching us tonight. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for following us. And Cube, thank you for joining in. And don't get too bored in your vacation. 2 months vacation you have. You said, whoosh, the vacation is over in Denmark, so we are back at work. All of you, cheers out. Please remember to subscribe, follow us. We love to support the community. Please support us by following us. Morning, good afternoon to all of you Esailing fans around the world. Welcome to Esailing TV. We are in Marseille. We are at the Sail GP Grand Finals. Behind me is the stage where the winner of Sail GP will receive their trophy. So that's a hot one. Penalty to Lilo, 14. Most of the boats are in the committee boat, sailing into each other. Massive penalties in this start.